Girl Scout cookie season is upon us. Some movie theaters may be checking your bags, and high winds in the Chicago area caused damage. All that and more on this half hour of RTN News. Welcome back to a brand new episode of RTN News. I'm Victoria Tudorova.
And I'm Sean Kelly. Let's take a look at some local South Jersey news.
The time to obsess over Girl Scout cookies is finally here. This year, cookie donuts are being sold at the New Jersey shop. Purple Glaze in Asbury Park added 4 types of donuts to their menu. Each donut costs $2.50. The owner, Jackie Sharp, says they will feature the Girl Scout cookie donuts for a few more weeks. So get them before they're gone.
A student at the Gloucester County Institute of Technology has been named the grand champion at the 37th FFA Southern Regional Flower Show this past month. GCIT student Alyssa Archer, who is in her first year at the horticulture program at Bankbridge Regional School, took home the grand prize amongst many other first-place entries. Over 200 students from 8 different schools competed in 33 different floral categories, ranging from weddings to holidays such as Christmas and Easter. The entries were judged by 3 local professional florists and was sponsored by the Camden Tech East FFA chapter.
A Mount Laurel woman is charged with her husband's death in a crash. Tamika Lawson was behind the wheel when her husband Jamar Renty was killed in a crash in Delran last year. The car had flipped over and struck a pole. Firefighters had to cut both passengers out from the wrecked car. Renty was pronounced dead at the scene. Lawson was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Lawson was charged with homicide this past Friday after results from her blood test came in. She was previously charged with a DWI. The charges are put on hold pending the criminal case.
4 South Jersey residents planned to rob a mutual acquaintance this past Tuesday night, but it all went wrong when one of the assailants shot himself in the hand. Police responded to the shooting, which occurred shortly after 8:30 p.m. in a parking garage on Cooper Street in Woodbury. Officers learned that one of the robbers struck a victim in the head with a gun, but then in turn discharged the weapon and shot himself in the hand. The 4 assailants fled the scene as police arrived, but were quickly apprehended following a stop not too far from the scene.
Coming up, find out what weekly movie will hit the Rowan Ballroom.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
Welcome back to RTN News. Here is Tom with this week's entertainment.
Presented as part of the Music Department's Music of Social Justice series, Mother Earth and Her People features the concert choir under the direction of Christopher Thomas, performing Pulitzer Prize winner Caroline Shaw's To the Hands, a work for voices and strings inspired by the unimaginable struggles of homelessness and displacement. Other concert selections focus on the social issues of environmental sustainability. The show will be on March 3rd at 8 p.m. in Flieger Concert Hall in Wilson Hall. On March 6th at 8 p.m., the Department of Music presents an intimate program showcasing a variety of student groups performing a series of sets featuring classic and contemporary jazz under the direction of Rowan faculty artists. Boyd Recital Hall is located in Wilson Hall on the university's Glassboro campus. Admission is free and open to the public. Do your palms get sweaty and you forget everything you studied while taking an exam? Midterms are coming around soon. We all know that taking big exams are a huge part of your grade and can create anxiety. So on March 1st, there will be a workshop that will help you overcome that anxiety and prepare you for your exams. The event is part of the Brown Paper Bag series and is called Test Prep and Dealing with Test Anxiety. The event is from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. in Savitz Hall, room 218. This Tuesday night at 9:15 in the Student Center Ballroom, SUP presents another installment of their weekly movie nights. This week, the film is Wonder. Based on the New York Times bestseller, Wonder tells the inspiring and heartwarming story of August Pullman, a boy with facial differences who enters 5th grade, attending a mainstream elementary school for the first time. It's a story that proves you can't blend in when you were born to stand out.
Oh, what a great movie. Really enjoyed it when I saw it the first time, and it's good that they're showing it around here so people get to experience it.
Yeah, I'm excited for people to see it.
Very good stuff. You seen it, Victoria?
No, I'm going to have to check it out.
Oh, definitely. It is one for the generation.
Awesome.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Coming up, see what storms will be coming to the Midwest.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Cinderella found the pet that fits her perfectly, and you can too. Share your heart, share your love. Make a shelter pet part of your world. Happily Ever After begins at theshelterpetproject.org.
News out of Burlington County tonight. A woman has been killed following a 3-vehicle crash late Friday afternoon. According to New Jersey State Police, the 17-year-old driver of a Ford Fusion failed to yield to traffic heading west on Fleet Road in Tabernacle. The vehicle struck a Hyundai traveling northbound on US 206 and caused the Hyundai to spin out of control and hit another vehicle headed south. 26-year-old Renee Wright was pronounced dead at the scene around 4:30 p.m. There was no immediate charges, and the crash is still under investigation.
Major movie theater chain Cinemark bans large bags and sets a size limit. The size limit took effect on Thursday and advised customers that small bags may be searched. Bags can not be larger than 12 inches by 12 inches by 6. There are some expectations, however. Diaper bags and bags with medical equipment will still be permitted. There are 339 theaters across the country, and the change will affect them all. And now to Devon with What's Trending.
Thanks, Victoria, and welcome back to a new week of What's Trending. Victor Busso, a self-taught astronomer, had discovered something no scientist has ever seen before. Busso remembers all the times his parents woke him up to gaze at the stars and how much energy and time he put while constructing an observatory atop his home. The self-taught astronomer had witnessed a surge of light at the birth of a supernova. His images are the first to capture the brief shock breakout phase of a supernova when a wave of energy rolls from a star's core to its exterior before the star explodes. The estimated chance of this happening was said to be about 1 in 10 million. A woman by the name of Jessica Ford forced the White House to be on lockdown after driving into a security barrier. U.S. Secret Service arrested the woman, saying she deliberately drove her vehicle into the barrier near the White House Friday around 3:30 p.m. while President Trump was inside. The lockdown only lasted for a half hour, with no shots being fired. The woman was detained by Secret Service, but yet no charges have been filed yet. Ford has a history of convictions in Rutherford and Davidson counties in Tennessee on charges ranging from misuse of 911 to trespassing and violation of probation. Today, every single public school in West Virginia has been closed because of the ongoing teacher strike. To be exact, that's 680 public schools in over 55 counties that were closed in West Virginia today. West Virginia employs nearly 20,000 classroom teachers in its public schools and has more than 277,000 students that are enrolled. Teachers hit picket lines last week demanding higher wages and benefits, while they rank 48th in the nation for average teacher salary, according to the National Education Association. Governor Jim Justice signed legislation on Wednesday giving teachers a pay raise, but educators say it was not enough and didn't address other areas of concern, which is why the teachers were on strike in the first place.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the schools out there, definitely. And hope that everything is fixed and everybody's back to learning soon.
Hopefully relatively soon, so I just can't wait.
Can't wait.
Students got to learn, you know?
That's right. Thanks, Devon.
Thank you, Sean.
Coming up, find out what company is facing boiling amounts of complaints.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
I see it!
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to RTN News. It's time to tackle news in your nation. Instant Pot multi-cookers are taking some heat recently, and I'm not talking about the food. The company Instant Pot has announced that many of its GEM 65 8-in-1 multi-cookers have been overheating and that they must be recalled. Instant Pot says that the product affects 5 batch codes and that you should check for it on the bottom of your cooker. The company has been working cooperatively with the U.S. Consumer Safety Commission to help recommission the cookers, but the community is not happy. Some unhappy customers have taken to Facebook and have left comments for the company, and one customer said, quote, "This happened weeks and weeks ago. Stop resetting the clock and make this right." The problem is yet to be resolved, and Instant Pot has declined recent comments.
A man was arrested after stealing thousands of dollars worth of video equipment from SeaWorld in San Antonio. Christopher Sweeney posted the stolen items for sale on Craigslist and other mobile apps. Investigators contacted Sweeney, who welcomed them into his home, and he admitted that the crime and returned the items to police. Another man, Carlos Giroux, was with him and also admitted to stealing the items and putting them up for sale. The value of the items stolen were more than $21,000.
A new storm system has been set to form and bring a 3-day romp through the lower Mississippi and Tennessee valleys sometime this Tuesday. More than 250 river gauges reported levels above the flood stage, and greatest issues in coming days will be in the states of Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia on Wednesday and will continue into Thursday morning. This past weekend, the Ohio River rose more than 20 feet above normal levels and started to waterlog cars and submerge local homes. Mayor Greg Fisher says that he will ask the Federal Emergency Management Agency for help and that, quote, "We started addressing preliminary damage for an emergency declaration," unquote. The storm is expected to hit multiple areas, and homeowners are warned to take caution.
High winds caused damage in Chicago overnight on Saturday. Wind gusts more than 30 miles per hour tore through the area. Lampposts and street lights were turned over. Police were standing on the streets to protect pedestrians from pieces of metal falling off the buildings. Wind gusts peaked overnight to an average of 45 to 60 miles per hour. There were many power outages. No injuries were reported. Now here is Derek with your Rowan Sports Update.
Thanks, Victoria. With the winter sports season coming to a close, the spring sports teams are just starting to stretch their legs. Let's talk about some of the action that has occurred within the last week. The women's basketball team competed in the NJAC semifinals on Tuesday against the Montclair State Redhawks. The first half had as many as 8 ties, evenly contested on both the offensive and defensive sides. It was halfway through the third quarter when the Redhawks found a groove, forcing contested shots on defense and making their own attempts to take a 9-point lead. The Redhawks would hold the lead throughout the fourth, beating the Profs 65-55. Despite having 4 team members who scored in the double digits, the season comes to a close for the women's basketball team. The Rowan softball team opened up their season last week, their most recent game taking place on Friday against Randolph College. The Profs would jump out to an early 6-0 lead after the first 2 innings. They would score 2 more runs and take the game with an 8-3 final score. Shortstop Carly Anderson led the way on offense for the Profs, She had 2 total hits with 3 RBIs and a home run. The win marks Coach Kim Wilson's 700th career victory, making her career coaching record 700 and 294 after 22 seasons. The men's track and field team competed in the Fast Track Last Chance Invitational on Saturday. Of the top finishes, Shay Mumford won the 200 meter with a time of 21.82 seconds. The distance medley team of Francis Terry, Nick Neville, Nick Nacco, and Daniel Fitch-Henry took first with a time of 10 minutes, 9.57 seconds. And finally, the 4x400 meter relay team won first place with a time of 3 minutes, 21.94 seconds. The team consisted of runners Hunter Barbieri, Jamil Jackson, and Terry and Chris Mezziano. The women's track and field team also competed in the Fast Track Last Chance Invitational on Saturday. Michelle McCauley won the long jump with a distance of 17 feet, as well as finishing 5th place on the triple jump. Palumi Adesina took 2nd place on the triple jump with a distance of 35 feet, 8.75 inches. Olivia Scattergood finished 3rd in the weight throw, and Daryl Cross earned 4th place on the 60-meter hurdles. Both track teams will compete in the All-Atlantic Track and Field Conference Championships next weekend.
Well, that's good stuff to start out the spring for the profs here, and as we see some good stuff coming from the winter, but now that comes to a close and we're into the new.
Yeah, great performances by the winter teams this playoff season, and now spring sports are starting. We got softball, and coming up, baseball, lacrosse, lots of good action.
It is going to be exciting. Hope everybody stays tuned for some great sports action.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Derek.
And that's all for this week's edition of RTN News. I'm Victoria Todorova.
And I'm Sean Kelly. Have a great week, Rowan University.